This is an article that came out on futurity.org, February 9th, 2018. 60% of Black women killed by police were unarmed. I will leave the link to this article in the description box. Black people, especially women, are more likely to have been unarmed when killed by police than non-Blacks, according to a new study of nationwide data. This risk also appears to increase in police departments with a greater presence of non-white officers, report the researchers. I don't believe white officers should be in a Black neighborhood at all, because the history of the slave patrol and now present day police departments have never been good. Past experience should show us all the present experience will never improve with white officers in Black neighborhoods. White officers need to go to the white neighborhood and take care of your own people. You got an opioid crisis going on. Take care of your own people and let people that look like us and understand us patrol in our neighborhoods. Nothing is ever going to improve until these officers get out of the Black community. They don't belong there. They need to attend to their opioid crisis. A key finding of the study is that nearly 60% of Black women killed by police were unarmed at the time of the interaction. The study is the first in a series of reports from the ongoing Fatal Interactions with Police research project, which includes contributions from public health and biostatistics experts at hospitals and universities. While the odds of being killed by police when unarmed were about the same for Black and white males, the high percentage of unarmed Black women killed by police significantly increased the overall odds for unarmed Blacks. Our analysis find that the hands up, don't shoot slogan of the post-Ferguson movement becomes most relevant when you also say her name, says lead researcher Otis Johnson. Okay. Associate Professor of Education and Sociology at Washington University in St. Louis. Nonetheless, the odds of an unarmed fatality for Black Americans as a whole was a staggering 6.6 to 1. More than double the odds found in several other national studies completed in recent decades. The Say Her Name social movement was launched in 2015 to draw attention to the death of Chicago resident Renika Boyd, and other unarmed Black women killed during interactions with police. The study is the first to provide hard data to back up the movement assertion that Black women face a higher risk of being killed by police. Okay. The study also suggests that many tactics implemented to curb police violence, such as the use of body cameras and diversify police forces by adding more non-white officers, have done little to reduce the number of people killed in police interactions. That's because we do not need, I'm going to say this again, we don't need white police officers in Black neighborhoods. That's nothing but remnants of the slave patrol. White officers need to go to white neighborhoods. I'm sorry, all this trying to be in with Black people, y'all need to just leave the Black neighborhood. We need to find cops that look like us and can relate to us. And I promise you, the shootings will be down to a minimum. As long as you got white cops in the mix, This is never going to change. It's never going to change, y'all. They got to go. Plain and simple. They got to go. Agencies with more officers of color had significantly increased odds of committing unarmed fatalities, suggesting that the current level of agency diversity are not capable of achieving change, Johnson says. Again, we don't need to be mixing black and white officers together and expecting to see change. White officers need to go to white neighborhoods, period. And officers that look like us should be the ones patrolling our area. Forget about all that integration crap. It doesn't work. It does not work. We recommend caution in interpreting this result since our data does not track the race of the police officers connected to each fatality. Thus, we are unable to say whether the actions of officers of color directly or increase the odds of unarmed fatalities for racial ethnic groups. The project plans to issue 2 more reports on related findings in coming months. 1,700 deaths in 20 months. Okay, so it was 1,700 deaths in 20 months and interacting with police that occurred in the jurisdictions across America during a 20-month period from May 2013 to January 2015. It estimates the demographic odds of fatality occurring during an interaction with police based on location of the interaction and the characteristics of the likely responding law enforcement agency. The other findings from the first report include nearly 94% of those killed by police are men, about 46% are white, and about 22% had a history of drug abuse or mental illness. Well, that's what you claim no matter what. If it's a drug user, if it's a cop that kills someone, everybody got mental illness. And since there's so much mental illness, then you need to go back to your neighborhood with your mental illness and deal with your own people. Plain and simple. The ages of unarmed people killed by police in a database range from 5 to more than 100 years old. That is a disgrace. You killed a 5-year-old and killed someone as old as 100 years old. People, you don't deserve to be. Ugh. Woo! We got some incompetent cops out here. Including people who are 101, 103, 107. More than 57% of African American women were killed while unarmed. White men were the least likely to have been unarmed when killed at just under 20%. So they're usually armed, but they get killed a lot less. Okay, much more than a list of fatalities, police interactions around the country. The FIPS database also contains a wealth of related demographic and law enforcement data that allows researchers to analyze the deaths of the context of local conditions. Database researchers gather background on each case through an array of public records, including media accounts, death certificates, and obituaries. So, based on the statistics that they gather, okay, so they get to see a lot based on the statistics. So, not only just the jurisdiction the person was killed in, they can see The police salaries, special pay, demographics, characteristics of the cops, weapons, armor policies, education, training, um, requirements, computer and information systems, vehicles, special units, and community policing activity. Okay. Support for the FIPS database project became the public health cube seed finding from the Institute of Public Health at Washington University. Other researchers involved in the project are from the University of Washington University School of Medicine. Okay, so the bottom line is these police departments are killing, as far as I'm concerned, too many unarmed people because they really don't care. This is not about no one being in fear of their life. It's someone being in uniform out on the street and they seriously do not care if your encounter with them, especially if you're a Black person, results in a death. They don't care. And if your attitude is, I don't care, then again, go to your own neighborhoods. You have an opioid crisis going on there. Take care of your own people. You shouldn't have time to be interacting with Black people when you have such a crisis going on in the white community. Go over there, take care of your people. We can find Black officers that can help and patrol the Black neighborhood. And that's the way it should be. I'm sorry. I am no longer for white police officers being in Black neighborhoods because they create too many fatalities while patrolling the Black neighborhood. So go to your neighborhood. We need to find Black officers to patrol the Black neighborhood. All of this can go away. Okay, but the same people in society that has held you into slavery are now patrolling you as cops. It is simply not going to work. It's not going to work. It never worked. It never will work. Period. There is no mending the damage between police officers in this country and the Black community. There is no repairing it. It is beyond repair. Please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell twice and join me on Black Junction TV and blackspot.com. Peace, family.